team. Cowboys. And who I'm rolling with, huh?
Welcome to another episode of Classic Cowboys Talk. I am Sean Farrell. God is great all the time. All the time, God is great. Jesus Christ died and he rose again. Let's go ahead and get into it. So, man, it really warmed. Man, I really felt good when the Eagles lost. I really felt so good when the Eagles lost to the 49ers, okay? And I felt even better when the Seattle Seahawks blew the doors off the San Francisco 49ers, 41-6. San Francisco coming out doing all that dancing. You know what? They had their own boom box and whatnot. Trent Williams is giving the bird to her fans, okay? And they came out and got absolutely crushed, 41-6. I loved it as a Cowboys fan. The Eagles and the 49ers are not going to the Super Bowl. Yeah. But I'll tell you one player, one former Cowboy, he has a chance. DeMarcus Lawrence. DeMarcus Lawrence has a chance. It's kind of like the similar situation that DeMarcus Ware was in with the Broncos when he went in 2015. Okay. I was pulling for the Denver Broncos because I wanted to see DeMarcus Ware get one. Okay. So if DeMarcus Lawrence makes it there, I'm pulling for Seattle because I want to see DeMarcus Lawrence get one. Okay. We've hired the offensive coordinator for offensive coordinator. Lord have mercy. We've hired a new defensive coordinator. I cannot remember the guy's name. Forgive me, I cannot remember the guy's name. Let me go right here. Yeah, let me go right here. See, internet will hurry up and load. Okay, cool. So, they're bringing in the Eagles defensive backs coach. I just had it pulled up. No. That's sad. It's sad when you... There we go. Okay. Thank you. Christian Parker. Christian Parker. He was the Philadelphia Eagles secondary coach. Okay? Ironic, right? He was the Philadelphia Eagles secondary coach. Okay? And so, they agreed to a deal today. He was with the Green Bay Packers from 2019 to 2020. The Denver Broncos from 2021 to 2023. And guess who the best cornerback in the league on the Broncos is? Patrick Surtain. Okay? So he was there. He developed Patrick Surtain. And of course he was with the Philadelphia Eagles from 24 to 25, defensive backs coach, passing game coordinator. Okay. And so now he's with us. Okay. I think let's flash back to 2008. Okay. When Brian Stewart was our defensive coordinator. Okay. We were struggling defensively at one point in time during the 2008 season. And I mentioned this a while ago. Brian Stewart was our defensive coordinator. Wade Phillips took the reins back. At some point in the season, he took the reins back. Then the defense started playing better. Okay. Then Brian Stewart was let go. Then, ironically, he joined Philadelphia staff in the 2009 season. Okay. So this has happened before. Okay. Brian Stewart, our former defensive coordinator, goes to Philadelphia in 2009. Christian Parker, Philadelphia to Dallas. Yeah, this has happened before. So, yeah. If I'm not mistaken, the longest defensive coordinator we had was Mike Zimmer. If I'm not mistaken, from 1994 to 2006. Yeah. Mike Zimmer was there from 1994 to 2006. So he was there with Switzer, Chan Gailey, Campo, Parcells. Okay. So yeah, he from 1994 to 2006. So I believe he is the longest running defensive coordinator that we've had. Okay. Let's see. Hold on. No, not that. Okay, so another question that I wanted to ask. Tony Romo has been getting some pretty bad reviews, and they say Tony Romo is a lazy broadcaster. Forgive me, but I can't tell the difference. Do y'all think Tony Romo is lazy? Do y'all think Tony Romo sounds unprepared in the broadcast booth? Because I can't tell the difference. I really can't tell the difference. Okay? But they say Tony Romo is lazy. He's unprepared. Okay? So, let me know. The difference. One more thing. Dak Prescott, I saw today. He is one of the finalists for Comeback Player of the Year. All the other nominees are Christian McCaffrey, Stephon Diggs. I probably doubt he will win it. Trevor Lawrence are the other ones. Okay. So I think he'll get it, especially since he was robbed of the MVP a few years ago. Okay. So yeah. Anyway. So Bill Bates was one of the best special teams players we've ever had. Okay. One of the best special teams players we've ever had. And so he signed as an undrafted free agent at the Cowboys, but people don't know that there was a scout from the Seattle Seahawks who wanted to sign him as an undrafted free agent. Okay. There was a scout who came to his door, knocked on his door, okay, and said, "Hey, I want you to sign with the Seattle Seahawks." Okay. So it appeared for a short time he was going to sign with Seattle, but he chose Dallas instead. He got a couple of letters from Gil Brandt and Tom Landry. Okay. And so he signed a contract. And so according to Boys Will Be Boys by Jeff Pearlman, Jeff Pearlman wrote, what Bates didn't realize at the time was that the Cowboys were telling every semi-talented pro they will be the 13th round draft pick. The 3-pack-a-day smoker, 13th round draft pick. The legally blind kicker, 13th round draft pick. The one who has problems with his leg, 13th round draft pick. Okay. Bill Bates realized that he wasn't that important at that time. Okay. But he made a good impression on Coach Landry. I remember reading one of the things that he did in training camp was that the Cowboys were doing some type of drill where they weren't tackling. Okay, so but Bill Bates said he only knows full speed. Okay, so he's going full speed and he actually tackles Tony Dorsett pretty hard. Tony Dorsett gets up, curses him out. And the coaches took note of that, okay? Coaches took note of that, okay? And so he ended up making the team. He was a Pro Bowler in his second season on special teams, okay? And in 1989, okay? This is after Tom Landry got fired, okay? In 1989, he had three children, okay? He had three children, okay? And we're going to get into that in a second, okay? But Joe Avezzano recalls a story where he headbutted Joe Avezzano on the sideline. Now, this footage I'm about to show you, this is not Joe Avezzano getting headbutted, but Bill Bates actually headbutted someone on the sideline. Crew. Yeah.
He made a play on a kickoff.
Yeah.
And I went out to greet him and figured I'd be doing a high five or something with him. He came over and butted me right in the head. He went about his business, and I got a towel and stopped the bleeding.
A few minutes later, I come back up to him and say, hey, you know, what play we're going to run? And I look up at him and say, hey, Joe, how'd you get that cut on your head? And he just walked away. I ended up headbutting him. I don't even remember. Oh, excuse me, buddy. You okay? You okay?
I don't need to take blows like that.
I know it. You okay? Put your hat back on. Yeah, he got nailed.
Yeah. So that was Bill Bates headbutting someone from the sideline crew. Dang it, I lost my train of thought. I lost my train of thought. Yeah. So after Tom Landry got dismissed, Bill Bates had triplets with his wife. The thing about it is they came a week before the first training camp with Jimmy Johnson, right?
Over the years, Bill Bates has overcome broken bones, major knee surgery, and a 1-15 season. The only thing he couldn't handle was starting his family with triplets.
When you have dreamed about having a big family and think that you're going to have twins, and on the sonogram, the doctor said, well, there's twins, and hold on, we found one more, triplets, and turn that sonogram off, don't find any more. I got five. You got five, right? Five kids. They came home a week before our first training camp with Jimmy Johnson. Now, which was worse, you think? With going to training camp first with Jimmy Johnson or staying home with the triplets? You know, I think that's pretty much a toss-up because both of them were tough. At least in training camp, I got some sleep.
You don't have a clue. He was carrying them, and they were...
Come on.
We call him, you know, he has a little rabbit family. You know, he had a car.
See. Yeah.
Full, you know, it's like a carpool, but they were all his kids.
You're at 6 years old, you're going to do a tea party and a spend the night party?
Yes.
You're kidding.
No,
You're kidding.
I'm 6 years old, Daddy.
All the conversations going on with those young people as he takes them to school, it really makes a unique picture to think of him as the family man, yet the aggressive gladiator that he is. I love you.
But a gladiator...
Yeah, so you heard Bill Bates say, which is worst thing, going to training camp with Jimmy Johnson. Or staying at home with the triplets. I think that's pretty much a toss-up because both of them were tough. Yeah. So Bill Bates, man, great guy, great a teammate, 3-time Super Bowl champion. Ah, man, good guy. So let's go to hold on. I want to hurry up and get to this. Okay.
Alvin Harper had his money. He had his Super Bowl.
Okay. So I did have some other things that I wanted to talk about, but this is probably the last one I'm going to talk about. Alvin Harper signed as a free agent, walked away from the Cowboys after the 1994 season and signed with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And this is how it went.
All time, the Bucs give the big bucks to Alvin Harper.
I work with AT&T, baby. Just throw it in my area code, because I'm going to make something happen with it, baby. Just get me a rock. That's all I ask. Just get me a rock.
Yeah, that was a bad signing.
In Tampa, he was supposed to be the man.
Wow, did he take a hit?
Expectations higher than maybe they should have been.
I couldn't tell you one thing he did for Tampa Bay that season.
Oh my God!
I don't know who the hell you think you are.
He was a bridesmaid. He would never become a bride.
Our number 2 worst free agent signing was a key component of one of the NFL's greatest dynasties.
What a play by Alvin Harper. What a great play. The Cowboys are back.
You go watch some of the footage of those Cowboys teams. Alvin Harper was a good player. He'd have 3 guys draped on him. He'd catch balls.
Throwing it for the bunch into the end zone.
And I went to school with Alvin, and his ability was phenomenal. High jumped over 7 feet coming out of high school, could run like a deer.
Yo, man, speed. Unbelievable speed.
Alvin Harper is infamous in the Bay Area for being the guy in each of the championship games, 92 and 93, that the Cowboys beat the 49ers to catch a late pass that clinched the game.
Those hands are worth a lot. A whole lot. You're going to see what they're worth today.
While Dallas won 2 rings in the early 90s, Harper hit the NFL market in 1995 and was quickly snatched up by Tampa Bay with a 4-year contract worth $10.6 million.
Alvin Harper took the money and didn't run. He got hurt almost immediately, barely got on the field.
And Tampa Bay wrote the big check to think he was going to be a guy that changed their fortune. Look what happened. A bust.
Maybe not the biggest bust in Tampa, but it was clear that Harper was not the same playmaker he was in Dallas.
He is walloped.
Well, we expected him to come to Tampa and change the culture.
We're handling a little business today.
You know, he was a number 2 receiver in Dallas, and we expected him to come to Tampa and be a number 1 receiver.
He wasn't a number 1 receiver in the National Football League.
Alvin Harper was your classic number 2.
All of a sudden, now you're the number 1 receiver. Not the same thing. You don't have a Michael Irvin on the other side to take away that coverage.
Hey, when you don't know what to do, just dial 82.
This number 2 receiver only lasted 2 seasons in Tampa and is now our number 2 worst free agent signing.
I saw right away that Alvin Harper had his money. He had his Super Bowl rings already, and there was nothing Tampa Bay really could offer him at this point in his career other than paychecks.
Hype, dog. Don't hype, baby. Don't hype. Get on those. Never get hype.
I think Alvin Harper was one of the worst free agent signings, and that falls on the team. I think the Bucs did not understand what he was and what they were getting, and therefore it turned out to be an absolutely horrendous free agent signing.
Yeah. That's what happened to Alvin Harper and Tampa Bay. Yeah. Yep. All right, that's it. That's all for Classic Cowboys Talk. I'm Sean Farrell. I am out of here. Be blessed, y'all.
Who?
Cowboys.
What's my blue and gray team?
Cowboys.
And who I'm rolling with, huh?
My Cowboys.
Steelers better get it right. Giants better get it right. Who?
Cowboys.
What's my blue and gray team?
Cowboys.
And who I'm rolling with, huh?
My Cowboys.
Eagles better get it right. Skins better get it right.